The gaming industry used to be teeming with creativity and hungry developers. New techniques were developed to create bigger and more ambitious games, competition was fierce, and studios were proud to show off their work. Unfortunately, many game companies of today fall into the same cycle. Make games as soon as possible, release unoptimized at a high price point, and make more money. The main goal always goes back to generating revenue, so much so that the decisions that are made are at the player's expense. Deadlines are unrealistic for the scope of the games in demand, forcing developers to rush the game. This results in numerous bugs and glitches. Gamers are then forced to pay full price for something that's broken. One of the most recent examples of this is Cyberpunk. The game is fine now, but when it first came out, it was in a really bad state. Entire crowds would disappear behind you, car physics were unpredictable, and textures would fail to load in time. Unrealistic deadlines led to many issues with Cyberpunk, but it can also have another huge impact on the game: terrible optimization. There's no question that games have gotten bigger over the years. However, this comes with a heavy cost: frame rate. With prettier, more advanced games, means our computers need to work harder to display everything on the screen. When games get more advanced, the easiest and fastest way to get more FPS is to buy more powerful hardware. This is what most gamers did as the games became bigger. In comparison to the hardware market just a few years ago, buying the latest and greatest just isn't a viable option anymore due to the increasing costs of GPUs and RAM. Not to mention, the dominance of AI in computer graphics industry in the form of DLSS 4 and soon to be DLSS 5 has made game companies care even less about making sure the game runs well on the majority of systems before release. Mediocre items inside battle passes and creating FOMO by not allowing players to purchase previous ones. While some games like Marvel Rivals and Deep Rock Galactic actually do allow you to purchase previous battle passes, many of them will leave you in the dust if you decide to take a break or when life gets too busy. Having such a strict time constraint on the reward system encourages players to exclusively play the game they bought the battle pass for, or risk missing out on some items. With all that said, there are only a few interesting cosmetics that ever seem worth it. The actual unique and flashy skins live in the shop. The cosmetics in the shop are always more expensive than the battle pass, and are usually double, triple, sometimes even quadruple the price. Decisions like these is what keeps the game company's revenue flowing, and if you want to have the coolest and latest skins, the players just have to accept it. Now, obviously a company needs to make money. However, they should want to put out something that is fair and complete. My favorite example of fair microtransactions is Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Back in 2013, the first DLC was available for purchase. For 1,200 Microsoft points, or $14.99 USD, you would receive the multiplayer maps Downhill, Grind, Mirage, and Hydro. In addition to this, you got the Peacekeeper, a new SMG for multiplayer. You also received a new Zombies map, Die Rise, and a Zombies game mode. $15 for 7 items is something that you would sadly never see today. This sucks. I want to change that. Video games should be fairly priced, and at the very minimum, finish with the least amount of errors as possible. They should be fun, rewarding, and they most definitely should not feel like a second job. That is why one day I want to make video games with the player's experience as the #1 priority. I want to bring back the cool features that we used to love about gaming. Cheat codes, cool secrets, local multiplayer, Easter eggs, and many more. I want to make games that can be played by all skill levels and allow the player to tailor the experience to their liking. My games will be optimized, allowing players with any kind of system to play. Video games should be a hobby, an escape from reality, not a reminder that even your escape comes with a price tag.